Evet, herkese afiyet olsun diyorum. I would like to say once again hello, and if we start early because we have some extension in our program, so if we start early, I hope we will finish early. This night we will have a dinner on the Bosphorus. I can say it's a traditional Istanbul night with fish and rakı. So we all meet at 19:30. In the front of the palace there will be some signage. The boats arrived here at 19:30 departure time. So you are all invited. Before then, we will continue with Mr. Jan Regner with the second part of the seminar.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, I hope, do you hear? Yes? Hello, hello? Yes, it's possible. Hello to everybody. I hope you have a good mood after the lunch. I will try to be brief and not to make it so long. Banu write me that the safety part belongs to the safety department, so I devoted my presentation now to a little bit different topic, also in case this is connected with the safety. The problem is when happened extraordinary situation, some deadly accident, you have some procedures how to do. With the regulations it is written that the National Sporting Authority write a report to the FIA, and in 2012 was sent the letter concerning the special procedures that also the FIA officials must send and inform immediately FIA president by sending the SMS message and after send an email. So this is from this side. I don't want to go into the details. In the Czech Republic, I don't know if this is still somewhere in the regulations, but I couldn't find it. We established a commission which consists of the chairman, chief scrutineer, and the chief safety officer. And the same day of the accident, we made all the investigations. And after the rally, all this report is sent to the ASN, and the ASN sends to the FIA. Why I describe this? It is very difficult to behave. Very difficult is to make some, let's say, backup plan to some crisis plan, how to behave when something like this happens. The most difficult situation is for the clerk of the course, because if you doesn't matter if you have in the rally the safety delegates, safety marshals, and so on. Always the clerk of the course is the one who is responsible for everything, and all the people are looking at him and they are waiting for the decision what to do. If continue with the rally, if not continue with the rally, when the rally will be cancelled, how the cars will be moved to the Parc Fermé, and so on. But in any case, in the meantime, I hope you read all this. It is important that you collect all these materials, or generally what you can, and make the investigation on yourself, if you establish the commission who is making this. From the papers, it's good to have the part from the safety plan concerning that place, the scan of the entry form of the driver, concern licenses, medical card, insurance, and so on. Photos. The chief scrutineer is the member of the commission because he is taking photos of all the homologations from the helmets, cage, and so on, and the surrounding of the accident. Videos. Now it is very good and very easy to see how it was exactly, because you have many times you have the onboard cameras in inspection cars, in safety cars, in zero cars, and you have also onboard cameras in rally cars. So you can see exactly how it looks, the situation before the accident and after the accident. And also the data from the GPS. About behavior, let only few people speaking, or the best is just only to let just one person speaking. Vehicle delegate, press officer, clerk of the course. Flow of information. The best, what is our experience, you know that in 2012 we had in the Czech Republic a very bad year, and personally in my life, I was 6 times the part of the investigation of the deadly accident, so I have some experiences about this case. The best is to make the special press conference where you announce just in a very simple way without any possibility of posing the questions from the media people, the statement. About the car, it is highly recommended to keep the car if the police is not keeping the car, because there could be the technical failure of the car, so it could help a little bit. And about the place of the accident, immediately, because people, we human beings, we are negative. So when something happens, all the time, always there are a lot of people. But to let people working in peace and not to have the videos immediately on YouTube is good to make a taping around in case the police will not do it. And accident report and the accident procedures you can find on the website rallysafety.com, where you can find also the other, I think, quite useful information. Have a good luck, and I hope that when we will speak in the future about that things, we will speak only about that sea. That's the first presentation, just brief. And the second one is the training of rally staff. Who do we train? I'm describing a little bit the situation in Czech Republic, but I'm sure that in all your countries you have a similar training program. I know that in Spain, Jordi told me that they have nearly perfect. They have also real cases study and so on. So we just only like to say we are training officials, marshals, rescue and medical. We are also training media people. We have a condition. In case they will not attend the media training, which is only for 3 hours, they will not get the permanent accreditation. We are quite strict because media people are causing many troubles, you know. And with the drivers, stuff with licenses. With the licenses, stewards, observers, delegates, blah, blah, blah. We have in the Czech Republic a function safety delegate already for 7 years, and personally, I think it would be good if FIA send the safety delegate from the FIA to the events, because when you say that safety delegate should be from the country itself and look after about safety, still the safety will be the same as it is in the country, not the safety expected to be all over the world the same.
Which observer has a license?
Which observer?
Yeah.
In Czech Republic, Czech license.
This is only Czech.
Czech. This is a Czech, because internationally there are no licenses. So I'm speaking only about Czech case, and at the end there is a conclusion that in a national level we are doing something. We have the licensing, we have the trainings, we have safety delegates and so on, but in an international level the only seminar, the only training is this one, which is mixed a little bit. We are trying to put to all the people the informations, but still it would be good to have a separate meeting for the people who are making the safety. So for the safety officers, to have a separate meeting for stewards, and so on. Without licenses, marshals, media, CISO post, and so on. Officials training, we have for all these people for 1 day, timekeepers and results group 2 days, scrutineers 2 days, marshals, main training before the rally, before each rally, you train the marshals. And after marshals who are not attending the main training, they are trained just very close before the stage. It is not so important, but like when you are working in a firm, you must write some statement that you were trained with some safety procedures, and in case you are not, it's not good. So all the marshals are trained. We made quite nice thing last year for the first time, a rally camp for marshals, where we had a theoretical part and the practical part, where we taped real part of the stage. And there were the taping, no-go areas, cars, how to tape them, enters to the garage, and of course we train how to behave to the public. And as a good style of the motivation, we gave them not the licenses, but we gave to the chief, to the main people of the stages, the plastic cards with the logo of the Auto Club. And it was good that the people were motivated more to work. More or less, these people are volunteers, so this type of motivation is, I think, suitable. About the medical and rescue, this we make just before the rally. I don't want to go into the details because Jem Bonneville, who is even better with this, he will speak a lot, but we are concerned to choose good victims to be extricated, and of course to make some fun. About the media, I've already said it, about driver's training. Czech system is that before getting of the license, you are in a rally school. It's for 3 days, drivers they are obliged to pay. It's not so much, it's €200. And after they get the license, there is a theoretical and a practical part. After every year, they must go to some driver's training, and when the drivers won't start drive with four-wheel drive car, and before driving two-wheel drive, they are absolving a special rally camp. And why all this was presented, as I said at the beginning, in the international level, we have only this one single training. So I think it would be good if FIA will push more to organize these trainings, to having the information going from top down and not from down to top. Because the information, we cannot make the best information down in a sense in countries itself. The information should go from the top. That's it for the time being. Thank you very much for the attention.
Okay?
It's okay, yes.
Everything okay?
The boring.
My name is Uwe Schmidt. It's okay now? My name is Uwe Schmidt. I'm Vice President of the FIA Rally Commission. I think I'm the only commission member here. More? No. First of all, I would like to thank the organizer for preparing this good event here. I think it's very important to have all you as stewards, as observers, as organizers, as clerk of the courses here on one place and giving you the newest information and educate you more and more when it comes to safety. So I think these meetings are very, very important. Arnaud and me, we just want to introduce you the new paragraphs or changes in the Regional Rally Championship regulations. It's a very brief thing, and if you have questions to other points which we don't mention, so please feel free and ask us. I need my glasses. So in the new regulation there is a change in the definition of the Parc Fermé. So it was before that any intervention is only permitted if it's allowed, expressly provided in the regulation. Now it says operation, checking, tuning or repair on the car is not allowed. So it's almost the same, it mainly changes the wording. We have then a remark that there are 4 cars will be eligible starting 2015 only in the non-championship rallies only. So in the championship rallies, in the non-European FIA regional championship rallies only. So in Europe, no more. Then you may have seen it already. The classes have been a little bit rearranged. The class RC1 is only for WRC. And then the groups have changed a little bit. So we have actually 5 classes for the European Championship or for all regional championships. All the regulation you will find on the website of FIA, so you can download it. The last version came on the 16th of January.
So just one comment on this one. Maybe you will ask why we have changed the class names. Because we have been discussing, and maybe for the last 2 years, how to make rally classes in conformity with other motorsports, where the Formula 1 is the top car, Formula 2, Formula 3, Formula 4. And so on. And now we are implementing this system also for rallying. So it's a Rally Car 1, Rally Car 2, RGT, which is in between, Rally Car 3, Rally Car 4. We put the nicknames are RC2, which is more common and more practical to say. So the performance are not changing. It's always the same. We are just regrouping also more kind of cars together because we are. At the FIA level, we don't have any Group N cars less than 1.4 liter. They are non-homologated anymore, so we have been also some cleaning to regroup all these cars.
Then there is new, which comes from the WRC regulations. We will have a tire fitting zone. What does it mean? It means that if you have the need of changing tires outside the service park because of the type of stages, so it would be possible that you are in between stages, you can have a tire fitting zone. So you can read the regulations also, but you don't have to bring the car back to the service park.
And also just one clarification on this one. We used to have this in WRC, especially to avoid to have a remote service. Because when you have a remote service, you need some mechanics to come with tools, with everything. So this is only for the purpose of changing the tires. So the mechanics come with the tires, and then they can change tires there. And there will be a TC in and TC out also to be sure that it fits with the itinerary. And this you can have a tire fitting zone, then just a refuel, just in order to avoid to go back to the service park.
And we did this years before, also in Rallye d'Antibes. I think we had a tire fitting zone, which was not in the regulation yet, but we decided to have one. So I think especially when you have long stages, or when you maybe change between gravel and asphalt, so it's the possibility to have one. But it's up to you to implement it or not.
And also, you see the last paragraph, if you want to have a tire fitting zone, you must really specify if how will the team personnel transport the tires, because depending on the place you will have to have a tire fitting zone, maybe you don't want only them to have only a small bus, or maybe you can organize with a truck to have all tires from competitors to be moved to this tire fitting zone. So it's really up to each organizer how you want to specify it.
And similar is a light fitting zone. That means if you have an event and you start going into the dark, so you could have a zone without going back to the service, so that the service people can be there, 2 team personnel, and just attach the lights to the car so that the team can proceed without coming back to the service park, or use the whole day with the lights.
Exactly, which might be maybe dangerous for some cars, some small cars, to have these big lights pods in the car and traveling the whole day because they are not able to come back to the service park. So it helps competitors on that.
And then there is this Article 60 reads everything about the tires, and the type of tires, what is allowed to do with the tires, tire cutting, no tire cutting, the treatment, barcode numbers. So we don't go through these all one by one. I just want to ask you to read it carefully. A lot of drivers don't do this reading, so maybe you do it for them and tell them what to do. It's also here that we have in the regional championships the number of tires, we have a maximum number of tires, and such things are written here, in addition to the Appendix 5, where it also deals with tires.
So yes, just to make clear, there is no big change in the tires. It's only we have put all together what concern competitors, what concern the use of tires, and what the clerk of the course may allow for the tires. Then Appendix 5 now only regroups the homologation of the tire. So competitors, they don't need to read the Appendix 5 as well as the main regulation, as well as the ERC regulation. So here are the basic informations. Then you will have for ERC, as Uwe mentioned, we have a limitation of number of tires, which is permitted for ERC only. But we found it would have been more clear for competitors to have only one big article, which is the Article 60, which is the same number in WRC, and here are all the details regarding the use of tires.
Is there any question to the general?
60.9, I want to ask.
60.9. Oops. There is no 60.9.
Yes, but it's after, it's the...
Huh? Where?
60.1.9.
Where is 60.9? Huh? Okay, I just get the other one. This is only the... Yeah. I stopped here. 60.9 says that only that on a road section tires can be used with non-homologated pattern. The main thing is like we have in Rallye Deutschland. If you have the service at the end, and then you have the Park Fermé is about 6 kilometers away. So then between the service and this Park Fermé, it's not necessary to have a homologated tire on the car.
We used to practice this essentially when you have a ceremonial start, which is far away from the service park. When you want to have a big ceremonial start in a city or in a special place where your cars have to be driven on the road. So in order not for the cars to use the tires they have, we allow them to go from certain parts in the road section, but this has to be specified in the supplementary regulations that they can use road tires which will not be counted in the tire quantity of the event.
Good question.
No.
It is not so much clean explanation. You know, with a short sentence, somebody assumes a different meaning. If you put these examples, it's more maybe.
Yeah. You know, the problem is in general that the regulation is very, very complicated.
Yeah.
They're getting even more complicated because we try to solve all problems with the regulations.
Yeah.
In my opinion, we should start reducing regulations because maybe we should use a little bit more common sense.
Yeah.
And not like if I may say so, Stoyan, if we have a time control in front of a regrouping at the Parc Fermé, it's common sense that there is no end of the control zone because you remain in the Parc Fermé, so you don't need this sign. And the question is whether we have to write this again, that it's not necessary to have it. If you are in the Parc Fermé, you won't have a yellow sign for the time control out. So, you know, you can do everything in writing, but sometimes it's better just to think about a little bit. And maybe let the stewards work also a little bit.
So just any question on the tires and wheels? So just Jacques said that we introduced a new tire last year, so it has been quite difficult for everybody to understand why and to understand what kind of tires. But now, as from this year, all cars for asphalt, they need to use these tires, all sizes. So there is a list on the FIA website which tire manufacturers have homologated the tires. It's in the regulation part, so you can find it really easily. And now we have 5 manufacturers who have homologated the tires, so it's very important now for your competitors in national also to consider that there is a new tires which has been introduced by the FIA and which shall be introduced in the future for all at all level, because the tire manufacturer, they will not continue to produce 6-7 types of tires for everybody. So the target is, the dream is to, as from 2016, not to have the old tires anymore. So this is something, as Jacques really explained before, that needs to be discussed within the ISN also. And I asked Eurosport to make a press release very soon for this new tire, so you will be able also to understand the reasons and to have some technical backgrounds also behind it. So this is we know it's not a simple topic, but we are in a transition period which is never easy for drivers and for people to understand.
Okay. Then to the European part of the regulations. First of all, the rallies which had until 2013 the European Rally Cup will be now called Rally Trophy. And it's also not to mix up with this abbreviation ERC. This ERC is championship, and that's why it's now trophy. But not to get totally rid of the name Cup. We have now a European Rally Cup for manufacturers, but this cup is within the European Championship event. So there is a new cup for manufacturers, a two-wheel car cup for manufacturers, and a production car for manufacturers. Now we have it, but we don't have the manufacturer. So it's like it is. But as I said, now all cup events are called now Rally Trophy events.
Also, I am now pushing the marketing department to rebuild the logo, because you know the logo needs also to be rebuilt. So I think in the coming days they are working on it now. So you will have to use this new logo also for your event, for the ERT event.
ERT.
Yeah.
Okay. And here is this additional provisions for the two-wheel championship for manufacturers cup. so that only certain cars will be competing in there. So if you're interested to register for this cup, so if you're a manufacturer, please feel free to register. Yeah.
May I point out in this 4.3, in the version downloaded from the 16th of January,
It has been corrected.
it has been corrected, right?
It was written class 3 to 5, yeah, to 10.
But it's still the latest
This
online.
is the download. So it's
Okay.
You can see to
Gypsy told it, and we are reacting immediately. So we changed it immediately. Also in the internet, it's changed immediately. You see, so you never, please don't say ever again that FIA is lazy.
at least not today, exactly.
No, but thank you, Stoyan. Okay.
Yes, we change coefficient.
Here, this is just changing the numbering, also the coefficients of the trophy events. So it's 4, 3, and 2, and not this 10. And so it was more compact, and that it's only maximum 6 rally trophy rallies which have this coefficient 4. And then it deals again with the manufacturer cup, and here you see maybe why it's a little bit a problem to get the manufacturers to register. We leave it like it is now. And we come to the Junior ERC Championship, which is also new now. And here it was also a link between a manufacturer who has entered this two-wheel cup, that only a junior with the car of this manufacturer can register. Now this has been changed by the Commission so that it's no link to a manufacturer anymore, and which has a very good result, because now we have about 15 juniors competing in Latvia. So I think this is a great success to have these young guys there.
And also, which is good, is that we have all brand or all manufacturer cars in the R2 categories. So we have Citroën, Peugeot, Skoda, the Renault, Opel, who competitors entered with this kind of car. So this link between the manufacturers and the juniors was very important to break.
Okay, they have their own events, so it means that they score points only in these events, and they score maximum from the 4 best results. They get their awards. Then there is a regulation, especially also for the juniors, that they get supplied tires, and it's like in WRC that they draw the set of tires they will use. So it's all equal, the same chances for everybody. Everything else, it's in WRC they remove the qualifying stage, and in the same moment we introduce the qualifying stage in ERC. In general, I would say this qualifying stage makes it very interesting. We had it now in Generali, and it's a very good event when you can have the marketplace or whatever. They selected their numbers, and this adds additional to the promotion of the rally. I think it was quite good. And but this is now for the European Rally Championship only, so the others it's not necessary. There is nothing new. The only thing which is now new, we try to have a single fuel in the championship, but it's not. The tender is not back really, and we have still to decide on this single fuel thing. So So it might not be 1st of April.
No, it shall be. We will discuss it in the next rally commission, and we will push to postpone at least for 2015. So this rule will change.
Yeah.
This rule, I mean, basically we wanted to have a single fuel to limit the cost for competitors, but changing the fuel during the season will not be really cost efficient for everybody. So this is why we need to now study what we have received, because we made a tender. So we have 5 suppliers who answered, and then we need really to study, because they are proposing several different aspects that might be in consideration for the FIA also, and which is very good for competitors at the end.
And here is this new paragraph for the championship only, where it says that they can use the four-wheel drive cars 20 tires plus 4 tires if they take part in the shakedown. So then they have 24. Just to make clear for everybody, it doesn't mean that these 4 tires are only to use in shakedown. If you use this, if you drive a shakedown, then you have 24 tires, let's say, put it that way. And the same is for two-wheel drive cars. It's 16 plus 4, so it's 20 if they make the shakedown. And new is also that they have the chance for testing, but the testing must be approved by the organizer, so that the organizer knows when there is tests going on in his area, and the FIA gets this as an information. Let's make sure that there are not a lot of hassle before the event. Everybody's using maybe the same roads like the event just for testing. This should be avoided.
The thing is, for testing, it's always a big question, because if we restrict too much, competitors will really complain and they will cheat. So if we allow it, we really want not to put the organizer in trouble, because it makes a lot of noise around the event when you have big teams coming and so on. So we wanted to have organizers accepting and being in communication with the teams who wants to test, or with the drivers who wants to test. So for example, for Latvia, I received several emails from the organizer who is informing us that he allowed testing for these drivers for this specific date and these specific roads. So then we know also who is testing where, if there is a problem.
So this was the news on the regulation. Maybe you have seen there is also a new set of sporting code. So we have a new sporting code. Actually, it's the old sporting code, but renumbered. There are only a few changes and it's renumbered, so you'll find it also on the internet, on the FIA website, so you may download it. So it's not really something new inside. Jordi, maybe you know what is really new?
The numbers.
Except could he get a microphone? Here in front. Jordi was working on it. And since he is a very busy man, they could change only the numbers and not the content.
No, I was not working on that. I was not working on that. I was only translating it into Spanish.
Okay.
The most important thing, I think, is the delay for the appeal, because it's extended from 48 hours to 72.
72.
Right? Yes. So this is the main change, I think. All the others, that, as you said, they changed the order. There are much less articles, but it's even in the FIA website there is a guide to find the old articles in the new code, so it's very easy to work with.
Transition table, yeah, which is good.
Okay, thank you, Jordi. Are there any questions? Are there any questions not directly related to this, but to the stewarding. So do the stewards have some problems? Which they want? Only one. Are you? No. I don't ask you whether you had a problem with your steward. I would like to ask the stewards whether they have some problem. Stoyan?
45.5.
45.5. Could you read it? Otherwise I have to look for it.
Bulgarian language here is
Bulgarian language.
Which year?
Which year?
45 pounds?
Yeah, just I get it. Where is it? Here. No. I have it. Here. No. What is? Go away.
Is obligatory that I want to know?
Yes.
Is obligatory for the trophy or not?
No, it says it's the start interval.
Yeah.
The starting interval is for the European Rally Championship. It's 45, and it's 45.5. So it's for the European Rally Championship. This is for the Rally Championship and trophy.
And trophy.
No. It says here, and this is only for the trophy.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't have an ERC driver. We have two types of priorities in the championship. We have the normal FIA priority driver. When he comes to the trophy, he has also certain rights. And only in the European Rally Championship, you have an ERC priority driver. And this ERC priority driver comes from the results of the previous events.
Oh.
And of also a proposal from Eurosport to FIA. It said this driver is a new driver, but it's a very good one, and we want to have him as an ERC priority driver. Then FIA agrees to it, so then he has this priority. But you find this only in the championship, and that's why the question is what the starting interval is. These ERC priority drivers and FIA priority drivers have a 2 minutes interval.
Because of television mainly also, and these drivers are also doing the qualifying. So not only the good drivers, you can the well-known drivers, you can have a very fast local driver with a fast car who could be added to this list, and so this is why the ERC priority may change all the season. And the FIA priority lists have been updated recently, so have a look for the ERC organizers. There have been some new names, not new names, but some extension of period of priority also.
Some more from Bulgaria? Okay. Okay, thank you. Anything else? Then thank you very much.
One more question about the starting interval or the
One more question about the starting interval, or especially the restarting due to live TV coverage. If you have a standard TV coverage, there is no reason to do so, but only in case you have live TV.
No, it depends, because when you have a helicopter, he needs to be traveling also.
Yes, yeah. Because of the time that he needs to travel, this is one. And in general, the restarting order is reverse order of the general classification, and you have this. But we have also that the promoter may ask to change this order and maybe also to change the interval depending on the situation he has. And just mainly it's the problem of the helicopter.
Maybe the word live causes a little confusion, so just leave it with TV coverage.
Yeah.
So because there is apparently a difference between TV coverage and live TV coverage.
We have it. You have it in the. Just a second. No, wrong. I don't want. Huh? Yeah. Ah, I'm writing. I'm sorry. I want to open the. Let's where is starting order?
This is in the basic regulations.
Where do you have life? Enhancing the life, this one.
TV coverage, yes, but live, it's a difference.
Yeah. We could get rid of this life. Yeah. Okay? Some more? So thank you very much. And Jan is coming back. No, Jordi, sorry, no, Jordi is coming. Back.
Thank you.
Well, I will talk about the duties of the observers before, during, and after the event. I saw that there are many new people from Eastern countries, so I think it will be interesting for them. The first thing that an observer has to do when he is nominated by the FIA is to contact the organizer, arrange the travel to the event, inform about the hotel arrangements,
use the new app from FIA, which is called Concur, to book the flights and to send expenses to the FIA. Arno will be happy if you do it. And there is some paperwork to do before the event. 3 months before, you will receive the draft of the supplementary regulations, and if there is a super special stage, also the safety plan. So you must check it and try to find if something has to be changed, something to be added, or there are some mistakes. And then there is a form that I always forget to do it, to be filled and to be sent to the FIA to write your comments on the regulations. So you must check also if in the website is written, it's all the information, supplementary regulations 2 months before, the entry form in the website, the rally guide also, and after the entry is closed, the list of starters and the itinerary at last 12 days before the start of the roadbook availability. When the observers arrives to the rally, the first thing is to arrange the pickup of the airport, welcome in the headquarters, and check if all the documents are ready. I must tell that all this presentation is also useful, not only for the observer, it's also useful for the organizers, because if you follow this, you will have a good event. So you must check all these documents if they are ready immediately for the observer and everybody. You must prepare a suitable car adapted to the conditions. So if you have a gravel roads, you need a car like this. And if you have a tarmac roads, you need another kind of car maybe. With for example, if you have a winter rally, you need a car with the suitable tires for that. Then the observer will need also a driver sometimes, and mainly a guide if he doesn't speak the language in the country where the rally is held. All the documents that are ready, but I think later Jan will talk about the documents and all the paperwork, so I will not explain so much about this. Maps, road books, all the safety plans. And the observer should prepare his own work, so he must check all the documents and he must do a schedule to what to see on day 1, day 2, and day 3. So this is the schedule. You can use it for all the events you are going, and you adapt to every particularity of every event. Wow. So on day 1, you see the document checking. This is the first thing you can see when you arrive to a rally. You check if there is enough staff, if there is a responsibility for the complicated cases. Well, you can check how the document checking is going. It should be, for example, like here, a clock to check if they were on time. And of course, there should be a timetable for each driver. If it's possible, the document checking should be near the scrutineering area to avoid losing of time. Then you go to the scrutineering. You check again if there is a time control, if it's well organized, if there is a good flow of control, if they check what is needed to check, if they have all the materials which are necessary to do their job. The place should be at least under 10s, but this is not the ideal, because in warm countries this can work, but in countries where it's raining very often, this is not very useful. So you need enough space and weather protection. You can organize it like a show, like in a sport hall, if you have a good advertising about it. So you can have another point of interest. Like if you organize it in a commercial center, which is sometimes complicated to do, but it could be interesting to get a new sponsor, for example, and to attract spectators to the scrutineering. And of course, take care with the weather conditions. Don't organize it like here near the sea, because then you can have the scales inside for the weighting of the cars. You can check also the advertising, which is also important. And you should avoid the spectators and the press inside. And also you can prepare as media zone not far away from the scrutineering, but close to the scrutineering, to have them near the scrutineering area. About the schedule, I think the best way is this one. So you see in the left side, you have one car after each other, starting from the last car to the first car, but as usually, the first car is the slowest one to check, because you must seal also, and maybe you want to do some interviews. So it's better to use the right side schedule, which is mixed. You start from car number 10, 20, 30, and 40, then 9, 19, 29, and 39. So this way they are spread, and you have the same time for each group of cars. You agree?
There's a mistake.
One?
No.
Which is the mistake? I don't see it. Ah, the times are the same, right? Yes. Yeah, right. The ceiling. You need also scale a place to make the ceiling. If it's possible, should be the same place as the scrutineering, but if this is not possible, because you don't have elevators in the scrutineering area, you should allow the technical delegate to be present on both places, so it should be in different timetables. So you need lifters for ceiling. This is a small portable lifter, which it's not the preferred one by the scrutineers, but it could work. But there are some portable lifters which are not suitable, so use at least, I think the best one is this one, and if not, this one, but this is not acceptable. You should organize it always under roof, because imagine in this case what could happen if it rains, if you have the seal under the rain. Then you have time, you can go to see the service park. This is, for example, a map of the service park. When the teams arrive, it's very useful to know where they should be placed. So if you know the starting list and you ask to all the teams what do they need, you can place them in the service park with all the dimensions of each place and so on. And this is also useful for the press, because they have to look for a team. It's easy to find them. And you must check also the stickers for the entrance in the service park. In this case, for example, this is the most common trick in Spain. They don't fix the sticker in the windscreen, so they can use it for several cars. So you should ask to fix the stickers into the car. And as Jan will told you later, should be in the inside of the car, not outside. Then you need medical help into the service park. You never know what could happen. Very often there are accidents with the mechanics, so you need something there, ambulance. Then also you need garbage and cabins. You'll need also, if it's possible, to have a bar or a small press center. This is not acceptable. You need garbage cleaning. And as I said, an auxiliary press room, it's very useful, mainly if the main press room is far away from the service. And also the teams always ask for Wi-Fi if it's possible. Sometimes it's not possible, but it's very useful for them. And also, as I said before, also if you have the headquarters far away and the official notice board is far away, at least the results are useful in the service area. If you organize the service area in the center of the village, this will attract spectators. So if you can do it, I think it's better. Of course, it's more complicated to organize it like this. But you will need enough space. So this is a must. If you can organize a service park in places like this, that's perfect, but not everybody can do it. You can find a place like this. But if you have weather protection, it's perfect. And which is not acceptable is a place like this, when it rains, that in the service area it's full of water and you cannot place the cars and the trucks as scheduled. On day one, you have also shakedown. You may have a shakedown, pre-practice, or a qualifying stage. Should be representative of the rally stages, not far away from the rally base. A short itinerary from the finish to the start. If it's far away from the main service area, should be another service area only for the shakedown. And the marshalling, timekeeping, and general control should be like a normal special stage, including the safety plan. So it should be always after the end of the scrutineering. All the cars should be scrutineering before the shakedown. And also now with the new regulations of the tires, the safety the technical delegates want to be there to check the tires also, so should be always after the end of the scrutineering. The start should be organized like a normal super special stage, with tents, with the rescue car and ambulances in the right place. The start line should be always clearly marked and with the cell detection. The first intervention vehicle should be well equipped like this. And as I said, representative of the rally stages. And the flying finish, again, it should be well organized with timekeepers under tents. The finish line should be displayed and the cells should be protected. And always with stop control. As I said before, this is a specific service area for the shakedown. Usually it's smaller than the main one, but always with a good surface. And if you have it under the roof, again, it's perfect. But never organize the service area of the shakedown in an open road like this one. You see normal cars driving here, and the mechanics working next to the road. Yeah. And yes, it's an Austrian car. I think so. And with the short return itinerary. As I said before, the scrutineers will check also the code bar of the tires, also during the shakedown, with the new rules. Then you can see the headquarters, the help desk, and the official notice board. The headquarters should be spacious enough and well signed. Well warded by security and with sample panels displayed. You need the help desk when at the arrival of the guest and all the drivers and teams. An information desk. And the official notice board and the results board should be in two separate panels. Well organized. If it should be lighted also, at least in the evening, not by night. This is not well organized, as you can see. So everything is mixed with results in the middle. And if it's possible, should be under glass to avoid people removing the papers. Then the observer is going to the meeting of the stewards. All the documents should be available, supplementary regulations, bulletins, rally guide, stewards handbook, and others. The observer should be in the press room also to check everything, all the materials, and to talk with the press officer, asking for the radio stations with live coverage, local TVs, ask for press clippings, with PC computers and printers available. Mainly the computers are there for the results checking. Now the press is bringing their computers, but then they need high-speed Wi-Fi mainly to send pictures and videos. If there are radio sets, should be separate to avoid the noise. Then a pre-event press conference should be organized. And then the observer can go to see the Star Park. Usually the ceremonial start should be organized in an urban place, in the center of the town, with the flags, with the logos, with the VIPs, with spectators, speaker, if it's possible with an extra program. See, like an urban location like this, accepted by spectators. Again, full of spectators after the start. If you can organize some extra program like this with musicians, dancers, and a starting area open to the spectators instead of a parc fermé, this is a good idea. It's no need to have a parc fermé before the start. So you can let the spectators to touch the cars, to take pictures with them. You can organize a photo session, an autograph signing session also. This is very well accepted by the spectators usually. Fireworks. Why not?
I'm sorry, Jordi.
Yes.
I was thinking to tell something to your presentation, but I didn't want to.
You can do it. The flags. You can have you need a speaker at least, or two, in different languages, and then you will have the VIPs and dignitaries. You can have the VIPs under an area with under tents next to the podium ramp. You can organize TV interviews. The photographer's area should be in front of the podium ramp, well closed and with grandstands, because otherwise it would happen something like this. Everybody is next to the ramp bothering each other. If you organize a super special stage, it's also for the spectators, so it should be easily reachable, selective, but with the safety measurements like a normal special stage, with marshals, with doctors, ambulances, all the equipment. So it should be like this, accepted by spectators. You can use concrete barriers to protect the spectators. Grandstands. Enough marshals with whistles and active enough. With ambulances. Timekeeping with backup, like a normal special stage. This is something else you can organize. We can have displays with the live results. This way all the spectators can know the results immediately. Some show, this is also good. Then you can see the parc fermé, it's not far away. places like this. And on day 2, before the start, you see the parc fermé, if it's well fenced, if there are enough marshals, well controlled with fire extinguishers, with the time control with backup watch. On day 2, then you can see the first service park 1 hour before the start. So you see also what we saw before, the FIA plates, the catering, the fire extinguishers, medical help. So you have many opportunities to see a service park during the rally. So you can do it before, during the rally, or not after. But so, for example, some ideas is an info point like this, where they give results to the spectators, to the press. Then you can see also, if you are there, the refueling, if it's already organized. For example, with the firemen are attentive to check if something is happening.
I think Jordi, we are still one single area where it's functional. Yes. I think we are still only one single area where we had the fire in a refueling remote. No. Is anybody here who had the fire in a refueling zone? No.
No.
So we are the ones. We made it in a loosen space, in a tarmac, in a gravel, and it was very close to the finish of the stage. It was just only 1.5 kilometers, and it's also very important to think about the remote refueling, not to have so close to the end of the special stage, because the cars are not. The cars are still warm. And when the mechanics were not so careful, they put the can into the brakes and it started small fire, but it was extinguished in a while. It was not so big, it was just only a small one, but still there was a FIA observer.
So so the problem is when the remote zone is very close to the end of the special stage because the brakes are hot and so on. But maybe it's also a problem when it's very close to the start of the special stage because the tank is full and it's leaking. Well, the firefighters should be well equipped like this. If it's well fenced, you will need also extra mechanics gate with control, because nobody else is allowed to go into the refueling area. We had already discussions about the position of the fire truck, but I think this is the best position outside of the area, but ready to work. Because if it's inside the area, as he has to have the engine on, some spark could cause the fire. So here it's safe, but it's close enough to work in case of accident. Then you need the warning signs, weather protection for the fuel cans, not like this, for example, because here the fuel cans are under the sun without protection. And then if you have, well, in Spain we have the rule that the mechanics should use tabards and protective clothing. This will be the perfect situation, but then you need the FIA plates after the service and the end of the zone, and the area should be well fenced. In this case, for example, it's not well fenced, so you have the spectators in between, and there are only a few fire extinguishers and no firefighters, so it's not the best situation. Unlike this, which is a service area and the refueling area with traffic in both directions, which is not ideal. Then you start performing the special stages, road section and start, and you arrive to the time control with weather protection, with a pass for the spectators in the left side of the road, bordered.
If I can have a note, you can see that sometimes it's quite tricky to put the signs. You see the sign of the start, and somebody put there also the sign of the radio point, which is not, I think, not so necessary.
Yeah.
Even I was in one rally where was it was a start. They had not the FIA signs, they had signs 1.5 bigger. And the sign of the start, sign of the radio point, and sign of ambulance.
In the same place?
In the same place, yes. So.
Then you can organize diverse pathways to avoid the spectators in this control area like this. So you can direct them directly to the spectator areas. You can fence the area between the time control and the start. And you can have also this weather protection with the small tents for the timekeepers. You can have big digital watches at the 25 meters panel to be seen from the yellow from outside, so it's also good because this way the co-drivers have not to go to check the right time. Then you need the ambulances, professional, well equipped, with doctor, fire brigade, the first intervention vehicle with doctor and technical and medical equipment, another technical vehicle with all the equipment, and another one, this is from Italy, which is very well prepared. Perfect situation after the start. You see that there is the start, and after the start you have the ambulance, the rescue car, and all the first intervention vehicles. So this way they can start immediately. Not this one. In this case, you see that the start is here. The start is here, and you have the ambulance after the radio car, and the safety car also. So they cannot start immediately. This is not good. Also, here is a wrong situation before the start, because imagine that you have some cars ready to start in the stage, and some accident arrives, and they have to start, so you will have to remove the rally cars before the ambulance is starting. Then you need that radio tracking. The distance between the start line and the cell should be marked in the regulations. Usually it's 40 centimeters, but this is not written anywhere, but should be a distance between the line and the start line and the cell. So the way that all the cars will start from the same place is like this, with the stick in the exact position. Otherwise will happen that this, which you will see, if there is not the stick, this car is starting here, and the next one is starting in a different position. That means the second car has some advantage because he can start a little bit earlier, and he already has some speed in the moment he crosses the line. And even in gravel, you can mark the lines like this. It's not a problem. Or like this. So then you need the cell detection with manual backup always. In the time control, you can use this small tent. For one person, it's enough. Or you can have a big one, like this one, which is the ideal. So then you perform the special stages 1 hour before the first car, maximum half an hour before the zero car. The special stages should be selective enough. You must follow inside the stage the safety plan or the road book, depends what you want to check, but usually it's easier with the road book. But if you want to check if in some junction something is wrong, you must check the safety plan. So the radios should be well signed and instructed. Also the police should do their work, and in the main spectator areas should be active enough. In the major crossroads should be marshals and police if it's possible.
In the no-go area?
In this one? Yeah. This is the Spanish marking, you know. This is completely wrong. If you organize a grandstand in one of the main crossroads, should be good because you can direct the spectators there, and then you will need also police and marshals. in the spectator points, well fenced with the taping. This is again the Spanish system of taping, which is wrong. I mean for the Spanish Championship, not for the World Rally Championship. But here the spectators are in the safe position. Here also, maybe you know this place. This is not in Spain. This is a Go area well marked with tape and net. So you see the net here on the right side. And then you have these kind of panels in the middle of the field. So I think it's clear enough that here it's forbidden for spectators, and after the tape, the spectators can be placed. It doesn't mind the color of the tape then. This is Spain again. You see, in the top you have the yellow tape, which means go area, but nobody's there. Then you have the red tape, and all the spectators are behind the red tape, which means forbidden area, but as they see a tape, they think that it's possible to be there. And also there is a policeman over there in the middle, which is, well, he cannot do anything, or he doesn't want to. This is also Spain, not enough distance in the front and not enough distance in the left side. So, and you see the color of the tape is red, that means nobody could be there. But they see a tape and they think they can be behind the tape.
On this side, nobody is on this side of the red tape.
No. That means behind the tape it's forbidden, but probably, well, it's
Gran Canaria.
This is Gran Canaria, yeah.
But then you don't need tape there also.
Well, in this case you see that there's enough distance, a safety distance in the crossroad with crossed tape, so this is okay. Again, enough distance controlled by marshals. Again, as you said, this morning someone told that in the spectator areas sometimes you need to cross the road, and then you need some marshals to control when the people is crossing the road. So this is the purpose of these marshals here. Well, here, for example, you can see spectators in wrong situation without no-go areas, without control. This is completely wrong. Here there is a spectators area, but it's in a dangerous position, too close to the stage, to the road. And also, at the exit of the corner, there are some spectators without control. Here again, this is Spain again. A spectators area in a dangerous position, and even worse, because you see there are metallic fences which can hurt the spectators in case of cars touching them. So.
But if they drink a lot of alcohol, they don't have fear anymore.
Yeah. Again, a spectators area in a dangerous position, outside of the corner. And this is not controlled by nobody. This is a straight line after a hairpin. And of course, the spectators here, they want to see the hairpin. So when the car is coming, they go out from the road, but should be marked as a no-go area, and they should be under control. And also, as someone said this morning, the photographers must be placed in a safe position. This is not good. Otherwise, if there is an helicopter, the helicopters are useful to remove also the photographers from a dangerous area. Well, then the evacuation exit should be marked on site and also in the road book. You see, marked on site. Then you check the flying finish and the stop points out of the special stages. You check if there are the FIA plates, the finish line, the cell, if there is weather protection. If there is spectator fencing before and after the flying finish, to avoid the spectators there. Manual backup, and the timekeepers must be right in the finish line, not some meters away, because then the timekeeping is not perfect. Transmission of the results by GPRS or by phone, or both, like this. weather protection in the stop point, with fencing for spectators, with a results board, with a pass in the left side for the spectators. Again, with a radio with a safety officer to contact with the start and with the other radio points. Again, diverse pathways for the spectators. The results board with the right pens. This is a must. You can organize immediate results distribution in some rallies. They have printers, they have displays in the stop control like this. See, you can distribute water in the stop also, mainly in summer. Before the safety cars, the opening cars can do the hard work. So you see this is a deputy clerk of the course which is discussing with a spectator in the wrong place. As we said before, the 000 car could be a normal car with siren, with PA system and lights, but never with helmet, never with pace notes. Again, the 00 could be a fast car with siren, PA system and lights, but without a helmet. He can have the helmet in the boot, all in case, but he has not to use it usually, and without pace notes. And the 0 car could be a racing car with safety equipment, or with siren, PA system and lights. And I think better without pace notes. But this is not written anyway. And the 000 car has not to race, so he doesn't need roll cage. If he has, it's not a problem, but without helmets and never with pace notes. This is something you can have also a spare 0 car at the start of the special stage. You never know if the normal 0 car will have a problem, or maybe you need to have a car in the start for other purposes. Or also, as you said, in long special stages, you can have 2 0 cars, one in the middle and one at the start. This way they can start later. Well, continuing the program, you pass the special stages, maximum 30 minutes before the 0 car. And you see some cars in the flying finish. You can check the synchronization with the backup and the time transmission. In this case, there were no weather protection, not enough marshals, and no watches. This timekeeper had only a button. He pushed this button to send the arrival time to the stop. Well, you check the stop organization. In this case, for example, it was very organized with a table, with a big tent, with enough marshals. And then you can go to regrouping, for example, to see how is it organized. For example, in this case, in urban place or close to the service area. Under roof, for example, like this, you can bring them some breakfast to the drivers, to the beeps, to the guests. You can distribute results. So this is something to attract the drivers outside from the Parc Fermé. You know that the Parc Fermé, if it's longer than 10 minutes, the drivers should go there, should go out from the Parc Fermé. So if you bring them some food, some beverages, they will do what you want. Then you can go to see the rally control in the afternoon. You can check the tracking of the special stages in the headquarters. You can talk with the chief safety officer. You can follow the tracking system for one or several competitors. You can check the system that they are using. And sometimes there is a small meeting of the stewards, very fast. So you can go to these ones. Next day, the morning, the same procedure as day one. You can see, for example, the tire marking under the tents with the scrutineer for every wheel, including the spare ones. So you need at least 5 scrutineers and one who's controlling all the operations. In the afternoon, always the same. And at the end of the rally, you go to see the prize giving, if it's possible with shows before the prize giving to attract spectators, with VIPs and authorities under the tent, with the grandstands, also for photographers, as we had at the start. And then you can go to see the final scrutineering. In the final scrutineering, you need enough light lifters, depending on the number of the cars that should be checked. And then you can go also to the final press conference and the meeting of the stewards, the last meeting of the stewards. And then there is not the rally finished. After the rally, you have the observers will have work at home. So we must fill the report and send it within 2 weeks to the FIA. I forgot to tell that also that after the rally, it's important to have a talk with the organizer to explain them the weak and the hard points of the rally, and then to write it in the report, like as you said. And that's all. Thank you very much. If you have any questions.
Can I take the memory stick for your presentation to make copies?
Okay, let me continue with this. I will try to be a little bit shorter. As you might know, I'm in early materials. I'm making early materials for quite a long time, so for me it's quite easy to consider what is good, what is wrong, if in the materials what we as organizers are producing. And there are so many things how it's possible to improve the materials, and it costs nearly nothing. It's only the way how you are making this. It doesn't matter if it is road book, some printings, time cards, and so on. We have some part of the materials which are obligatory, road books, regulations, time cards, all must be printed. Safety plan, the program of the rally, rally guide. And after we can have so many extra materials. Here it is important to think that it is not necessary to make 20, 30 books. It is important to imagine if the people who will take this book, if they are able to work with it. Here in this case, the majority of the books is in any case extraction from the safety plan and the road books. So, for example, police is very happy when we give to the police book, and there is only the information which police uses. Important is that the road books, regulations and the time cards must be completely precise, must be completely the same. There must be no difference with times, otherwise we will be in troubles. About the documents which you publish in an electronic way, just only put some highlights about the changes, what you change. And of course, if it is the question about the itinerary or the regulations of the rally, it must be approved by FIA. Road books. Road book must be done in the way to allow people who are not from the country, from the region, to exactly to follow the route without any mistakes. So simple but precise, and to put there some additional things like buildings, trees, and so on. At the beginning, some explanation. Small thing which is recommended for you for working is fantastic to have an overall map next to the itinerary, not on the page behind, because you just easily look where in the map is the stage and look which time is driven the stage. About maps. This is from Rally Deutschland, this usual discussion that these maps are fantastic in A3 size, even there is no need for a road book, and you can drive only with the map through the stage in a very difficult vineyards, but when you put it in a A5 size, it is very difficult. On the contrary, from Cyprus the maps, these ones are even more easy than it should be. In an overall map, it doesn't matter if it looks like this or different. It is important to have all the villages, all the main cities, to have the directions, and a very good thing is to see the street behind. So you can see exactly in a map if you are driving the main road, some side road, minor road, and so on, like here, and the radio points. In the maps, in a road book, it's good to put the link sections and possibly the alternative routes when the special stage is cancelled. And of course, this alternative route must be at the end of the road book with crossings. And here on the second map, because not always one map is enough to put all the details, to put the alternative map and the evacuation routes for the ambulances in case the special stage is blocked and or the ambulance must leave the route. Using of the wire, it doesn't matter if it is a plastic or iron, but the most important is to have the road book turned 360 degrees. About schemes of start or finish. To tell the truth, in the regulations it is written that there must be the signs of schemes of the start and the finish. I think it is not so important, but in any case the road book looks better with these signs. But at least the photo should be used. With the normal road book, it looks like it is not so important, but using of the GPS positions, at least with the events under the Eurosport is using GPS coordinates, and mainly when happens some accident, helicopter is using the same coordinates. So be precise with the coordinate, because can happen that if you give them the wrong coordinate, they can lose the road and be there later on. What is a usual mistake, or there are different ways of making it? I think the best is to make the main road is a thick, and the side road, the roads which are around thin. So it means that this road is main, and we are just leaving the main road. In Germany they use also the arrow, like to warn them once more. I saw that in some rallies they use the road how it looks, that it was not the main road was straight, and the side road was here, but it looks that this road was bigger. So this was more thick and this was slim, which is not good. It should be exactly according to the signs. Signs used on the side of the road book with the information. It is not enough only to put there just one sign, the right direction, but it should be there also the not correct direction, to have there full scale of signs. Exactly what is in the street must be there. You can put there some limitation of the speed. If you use the GPS tracking for the reconnaissance, it's very easy to make it. For drivers who are making the pace notes, many times you put the road book available for drivers 12 days before the event on an internet website. And co-drivers can make in advance, prepare the pace notes, and if they know that this part of the stage is new, they know exactly they no need to have a pace notes. But you can write here the year when the special stage was driven before, so they can easily work with it in advance. According to the rules, you have a possibility to have 5 or 6 boxes per one page, but there is not written, and it's quite easy to understand that even it can be less. So in case the box is not enough, you can make just one bigger box or make one triple box. So we can put easily this situation which you even cannot describe by any drawing, that this is the rally route, this is the way for the FIA refuel, and the privateers can refuel in a petrol station. And it's better than to have a here C page 265. And of course, depends what you prepare in a computer and after how it will be printed. If it will be prepared well in a computer but printed in a low quality printer, this scheme is not the best one for using. On the other hand, this one with lines is very easy to recognize what is good and wrong. With the time cards, the time when we used the flimsy papers and made time cards for one who is far away, and the handiwork with our friends is also disappeared. Now it's this type of time cards. This type of time cards is very easy style of the time card, but when you can see all over the world, not all the organizers are making really the time cards according to this. I saw in many rallies that even in the very last moment somebody printed from the normal printer. The boxes were so small that the timekeeper couldn't write on it, and it was not really as it should be. Generally, it must be also for the qualifying stage, if it is applicable. A separate time card must be issued for each section. Also, this is not followed in many rallies, that we have a section and the time card is for 2 sections, not for each section separately. The target time is, in this new time card, the most important thing, because here are only the time controls, which is very easy to make. So the time card is the most important. This is quite clear. About the size, for example, 11 times 18.5 or 3 times A4 size is quite easy. The box must be minimum size of 1 centimeter to allow timekeepers write into the boxes. And paper should be, from my experiences, the best is 300 or more normal carton, and is suitable. And the way 11 to 18.5, not 12, 4 boxes per 1 page. You just only print it, if you have more boxes, if you need, you print for the second side, so you have 8 boxes. And if you need more, you only print the double size, 22 times 18.5, and you make a bigger or false in the middle, so you can make it still in a very easy way. The printing color is free, but I recommend to use, when it was published, the first version where the competitors has the yellow part. For them it's easier to understand that they can write. About safety plan, Jordi, if you have something, I would be glad, or if somebody can have something to say, to share some ideas about those experiences. About safety plan, generally it is devoted to the spectator safety, to drivers, to officials, and also to media, because media are causing us many troubles. And it's not only the positive fact that the media people are looking after the rally. About the content of the safety plan, there are several maps of the headquarters, telephones, ambulances, police, blah, 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 helicopter. It is important to put there the helicopter flight times, the officials, to show their photos, chisel the stage's itinerary, the plans, how the cars will be moved in the graphic, the closure times of the stages, GPS positions, several sketches and plans also for the marking and sealing. And for these small things, small parts of the rally is important, everything planned in advance and put it in a safety plan, and so on and so on. The system of the control of the rally, in case you use the GPS system, how it is exactly. The driving times of the inspectional and stewards and observers' cars into the stage. I don't know if it was mentioned exactly, but think about the fact that shorter stage, it is enough to put there, for example, stewards 40 minutes, but if it is longer stage, put there 50 minutes before the first car, make it flexible. What is important, the detailed safety plan. We are thinking that the best is to make a very detailed safety plan for the start, time control, finish, stop, for the places where people are living, so for the villages, to show exactly before the rally to the local people how safety will be in their houses, how it will be in reality, and after in the spectators' places, and possibly some chicanes or extraordinary issues. Where you can see exactly the signs. When you put the signs in a safety plan, also for marshals it will be more easy to put the signs exactly like this. They will not never put here the sign of the radio point. The no-go areas are here in detailed. In the places where we don't want let spectators pass through the stage, also during the rally, it's good to put some sign like a no-go area, enter forbidden, and just normal taping. As Jordi showed in a perfect way, it doesn't matter which tape you are using. Spectators always understand behind the tape they can stay, so that's it. It's very simple. About stickers, it looks that it's easy, but it's not so much because according to the FIA regulations, some stickers should be met, like it was the Rus sticker or on the doors, the matte black. And even I was in 2005 with Milan Chvojka in Rally Monte Carlo, and I was very surprised when the organizer gave us the paper sticker for a roof, which was matte. The conditions was fulfilled, but can you imagine the sticker 50 to 52 take out of the car? When it was a little bit raining, it was completely disaster. So think about the fact that also the competitors must have some comfort. About cars, the sticker for the windscreen to have allowance. It is important to put the sticker from inside of the car, not from the outside. Many spectators are taking it on themselves, so this is only a small thing and it helps you. On the contrary, the recce stickers put from outside of the car. I saw in many rallies that they gave the sticker from inside for the recce, but they forgot that the drivers, they have many times tinted glasses, so it was not possible to see the car which was there. The driver fulfilled the condition, he put the sticker there, but it was not possible to see and identify him. With the passes, if you feel that if you sell passes, you have to be more cautious about usage of the passes. So not to allow people make the copies, use some transparent stickers or some special cuttings on it. People are able to make so many things. Even Jonas Bielfolk told me 3 years ago that he caught 2 Czech spectators with a rally pass media in the middle of the hippodrome, super special stage in Karlstadt, with a falsificate. It's like this. About tabards, I am a little bit against the applying of some rule about using the colors of the tabards, for example, in all regional rallies, because the organizers spent a lot of money in buying and making the tabards. So I think it is enough that we have the tabards, we publish how the tabards are in our rally, and the majority of us have in any case the tabards of the marshals, the orange ones. But what is nice, to put for example the numbering of the tabards. With the numbering you can easily identify the marshal. It is more pressure on the marshal. Even if you have some problems in some place, you can exactly, the person suddenly has a name. Without the name, you have there 5, 10 marshals, and you cannot identify him. But with this, it is easy. But of course, every coin has 2 sides. So if you put the numbering, we have to count with the fact that the price will go up. But I'm sure that all of us, we are more interested about who is inside of the tabard than what is on the tabard. Jordi, no. By the way, from all of you who knows Marta, regards from Marta. It is also important thing about the fact that the signs must be according to the weather conditions. For example, last year, I don't know how it happened, but I made the signs no-go area in quite a huge amount, and I wanted to save costs, so I put the lamination only from one side. But I was not counting that it will be in the morning, it will be quite wet, and the signs made like this. So we had to put another sign from the second side, to correct everything. Just only small thing. And arrowing. Many times stages are not so easy when the drivers are making pace notes. The co-driver has the road book in the hands. He's saying to the driver where he must go and so on, and in the same time he's making the pace notes. To make it more comfortable for them, put the arrows is not so big problem, and what's more, it is also important to mention them the radio points, because when they are driving, they know exactly where the radio point is. Of course, we all want to prevent the situation like it is here in this one single video, which I wanted to use today, but it's not functional. It's like this. So, and it's one of the last points. Who said it? That Jacques? You said it with a signs that there should not be mentioned the name of the rally. Yes?
Sorry.
With the signs. That signs, like a no-go area, with the Monte Carlo, that was stolen. No. We have the same problem with whistles. When we made the whistles with beautiful logo of the Bærum Rally, 2/3 of stickers were far away. After we started to use cheaper whistles, but nobody's whistling, so to find some compromise. Thank you very much for your attention, and have a nice day, and I'm sure now Jam Model will say something nice. Thank you.
We will have 15 minutes coffee break, and then we will continue with Mr. Dr. Can Boneval's presentation.